Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. W tym odcinku zrobimy wszystkie zadania poboczne, które to widzicie i jeszcze widnieją na mapie. Nie myślałem, że w drodze do finału będzie jeszcze 1000 zadań pobocznych, ale okej. Zrobimy wszystkie. Oczywiście tu dużo będę dialogów skipował i będę naprawdę leciał bardzo szybko. To jaka jest liczebność tych questów, to nie mam zamiaru po prostu lecieć ich powoli. Będziemy lecieć bardzo szybko. Zacznijmy od tego, od faktu, który ja wiem. Wykrawcenia najlepszego miecza, żeby to wszystko poszło szybciej. I od razu idziemy na Twitch. Idę od razu wykrawcić najlepszy miecz. Tak jest, całą. Dokładnie to mnie interesuje. Zrobimy sobie to zadanie. To jest jedno z ostatnich łowów. Dzięki temu zdobędę ostatnie matsy do najlepszego miecza i dzięki temu wszystkie questy, wszystkie potwory, wszystko będzie dużo szybsze w tym odcinku. Zyskam trochę przewagi czasowej.
Do you have a moment? What is it? It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. The town was left all but unguarded. And though my dear boys have been characteristically, so I was wondering if you would lend them.
Of course.
Thank you, Clive. Philippe told me he had men's.
Where can I find the mistress?
Here, my lady. To whom do I?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter. I wish to speak to you about.
Very well. I trust you'll forgive.
Absolutely.
Please.
As you know, my father is a most. Indeed, I owe you for continuing to argue. Yet I fear he must be made to face.
And who?
I would. Were you to join us?
Możecie sobie zastopować i
My father would have it, but he is wrong.
czytać to wszystko.
Scornful of the opinions, but he cannot be allowed. We must fight him.
Fight him. Respectfully, my lady. While I understand your frustration.
False hope. But I see that your mind is made. If you will extend me, I bid you good day.
Mówiłem, będę skipował te rozmowy teraz porządnie. Możecie sobie to zatrzymywać i czytać. Albo włączyć spowolnienie.
Yes. I was about to, but perhaps it's better that you heard.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join.
Sama ta rozmowa trwałaby już ze, nie wiem, 15 minut. Jedna. Wyobraźcie sobie, jedna. To jest jedna rozmowa. A takich questów jest tutaj, nie wiem, z 10 przynajmniej. Jakiś, nie wiem ile godzin by to zajęło.
So you are content to abandon? Please, if you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight.
That's or trying to at least.
Even when our true enemy. Fine. Thank you so much.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the vet, hoping to convince the dame.
I bet. Anyway.
Our mutual friend thought you might.
Oh, right, as always. We've had some reports.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to
Right.
You know, Grieg.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Chodźcie. Wszystkie tutaj bliżej.
Clive! Are you alright?
I am. I dispatched the few that...
Well, there's something. But what were they doing south of... We might be able to fend off an attack.
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case...
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy stirring up ill feeling.
What? I'll do what I can to calm. Be careful out there.
Don't worry, I'm not like...
Dobra, mamy uspokoić sytuację w mieście. Oj, za dużo coli piję, ale... Zderzenie.
Do not see, father. The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Griga wills it.
Perhaps we could, father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my
Ładnie to tak
heresy, but I will
wyzywać ją.
corrupt it.
Corrupted. Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griga.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caernarvon and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love.
Nie mogę tego zeskipować.
Together for Northreach.
You heard the dame? What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs, quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
No i nara, książę.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direct...
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured, the people will play their part. Should any of your men be injured,
Thank you, milady.
I'll play my part. You still want for numbers. I only hope I can go some way. Philippe, can I leave this?
Of course. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to think.
All right.
thank you.
You can thank us when it...
Till then, madame.
Nie ma teleportania, bo to jest blisko.
This is more like it. Come on then. Test me.
Just me. Więcej, chodźcie wszyscy razem, dobrze. Teraz. No chodźcie, chodźcie. Zapraszam wszystkich. Ty też masz tam wejść do tornada. Sio. Dobra.
Is it over? No. It's only just begun. Blizzard!
Dobra, rozwalmy tych z tyłu, bo oni będą czarować na mnie i będą mnie osłabiać. Leż. Dobra, gin.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men?
Well, we ended up...
Glad to hear it.
Well, I thank you both.
You were right. And I had thought that the only way to that without a strong, they would drift apart. But even
Dobra.
by force, nor by the excess, by simply being one of them.
Our purpose was ever the same. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision.
As did you.
Ty, książę, zapomniałeś, jak to jest być królem dla ludu. Byłeś królem dla bycia królem dla samego siebie.
Do not blame yourself. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence.
No i nie umiałeś słuchać.
And we may yet achieve. Will you join us in? Thank you, Your Now that that is settled, and today there are more.
W skrócie nie słuchał ludzi, ludzie mieli go gdzieś. Proste. Jeszcze chciał podjąć swoje decyzje za ludzi.
Indeed. I see that it is not men like me.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I...
Forgive me for saying... The dame said it herself. And that goes for you. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs any help. Can we get you anything?
Muszę zakończyć koniecznie tego questa, bo on jest niezbędny, żeby odblokować
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
to, co będzie potrzebne, żeby miecz wykuć.
How goes the tree? I'll be happy to man one. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me. But I sense you would rather... For you, madame,
I was Carla then. So sought after was I that less.
Powiem szczerze, no
My master's guard. The gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking, and so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to, until we found ourselves. It was the veil that that fed us, those that could be healed at least.
he passed away.
He did. But at least we were able to... It was the greatest... But the generosity of this town and our people, the men and women of the Vale supported me through my... Though I was still a stranger to them. And so I swore that I would return, that I would repay.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with...
Perhaps that is why I have never stopped fighting. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep... The people, the soldiers... all united in defense of this town. And what of you? Can we count on your support?
Always.
No i dobra.
I saw several.
Tu jest zrobione i według tego, co czytałem, to powinno odblokować tą rzecz, która mi jest potrzebna do miecza i jedziemy od razu po to tutaj. Mam nadzieję, że już będzie tym razem to. Jeśli nie będzie, to będę musiał się teleportować i wrócić w to miejsce jeszcze raz. Zaraz się dowiecie.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Just the one of you, eh?
jest tu czy wyżej? Chyba wyżej będzie raczej, nie? Wyżej. Dobra, tam. Będzie czy nie będzie? Błagam, niech będzie. Ja już nie chcę tu przyjeżdżać. No nie ma go. O Boziu. Dobra. Chyba, że go nie sięgłem. No zobaczymy jeszcze kawałek. Jeszcze raz przejadę w razie, że go... No chyba nie ma go jeszcze. Ja już wam mogę powiedzieć. Tu się pojawia potwór po zakończeniu questa. Tamtego powinien. I powinienem go upolować i dzięki temu mam najlepszą broń do odblokowania. Bo z niego jest ostatni materiał, no ale nie ma go tu. Biedlimy. Ale na tablicy się pojawiło. I pismo się pojawiło nowe u mnie. No dobra, zobaczymy co ma nektar. Może ja muszę po prostu zobaczyć to. Albo mapa się musiała przeładować, żeby on zaistniał. Ponury żniwiarz. No i jest. Przylądek Orsiera. Jest. Dobra, zróbmy sobie zdjęcie, bo musimy tych dwóch upolować. To jest ten ponury żniwiarz, którego muszę mieć do najlepszej zbroi. Broni. Brama pokutniku Sunbreakwe? Dobrze, teraz tak. Podejdźmy do niej.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Rękawice Gędziego.
All done?
Dobra, a ty ile jeszcze masz questów ogólnie? Poza tym.
Anything catch your eye?
2 w Dalmeki i tu większość. Aj, panie i panowie. Dobra. Wracamy do Northwich. Ja muszę mieć tą broń, bo to bez sensu. Tak się mordować ze wszystkimi potworami. Przylądek, tak? No i byłem tam, ale oczywiście gra zmusi mnie, żebym wrócił do kryjówki i żebym przeczytał, że jest ten potwór. Widocznie musiało się przeładować wszystko, żeby się pojawił. No niestety ten odcinek będzie taki z zadaniami pobocznymi. Ja sobie życzyłem dzisiaj przejść grę, ale wątpię, że to się stanie na godzinę 20, żeby to zrobić.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Jest. Nareszcie. Nie mogłeś być wcześniej tutaj stać?
Safe.
Dobra. To szybki oklep i jedziemy dalej. Z najlepszym mieczem. Żaden książę śmierci. Żaden. Dobrze, o to mi chodziło. Mhm. No. Leż. Dobra, koniec. Łyk zwycięstwa. Piękne. Czterdziesty siódmy. Mokrostal. Mnie też, spokojnie. Ale niebawem to się skończy. Wracamy. Głównie po to, że może broń skrafciu, jeśli mogę już. Głównie po to. Nadal nie mogę chyba. Dobra. To jeszcze tego drugiego nałożymy. W takim bądź razie. Ponury żniwiarz. A to brama pokutników. Sunbreakware. Idziemy. Od razu zrobimy drugiego. Brama pokutników. Dobra, zróbmy do Northwich teleport i zobaczymy, gdzie jest ta brama. Tutaj. Na sam koniec. Na sam Boży koniec świata trzeba jechać. Dobrze. To jedziemy na sam Boży koniec świata.
I remember standing here when I was no
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes.
Tam daleko, tak? Tam trzeba jechać.
Do be careful.
Do tych kolumn. Nie wspiął się, bo spadł. Dobrze. Jedziemy, nie patrzę na nic. Jadę, klapki na oczy, jedziemy. Wyobraźcie sobie, ile czasu bym zmarnował, jakbym z każdą grupą przeciwników walczył po drodze do każdej misji.
All right.
Jest, stoi chyba tam, już go widać. Czeka na mnie ładnie, grzecznie. Dzień dobry,
Thanks, gal.
witaj. Ranga A. Ja na kolana? Nie lubię klękać. Flash. No nie zdążyłem uniku zrobić. Long live the king się mówi. Ale króla nie ma.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Dobrze, moi drodzy. Teraz tak. Dobra. Na razie tu zrobimy w kryjówce wszystko. Teraz tak, jakie zadania mogę jeszcze wziąć z kierówki? Tam list, to tu mogę pogadać i tam coś, no to mamy po drodze. Dobra, najpierw to poprawić zadanie. O, wujaszek. Co dobrego.
Clive, my Rutherford informs me that we owe you our...
I would have done the same.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make it
From what little I saw.
I suppose. But I was rather hoping the great and... Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days.
We must move, but where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are the realm's armies, as you've seen, for certain cities have, and yet the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even be?
The armies, my boy. Sadly, I doubt but I do know someone the High Commanders have been.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed him. And as luck would have it,
Of course you have.
and he's agreed to help. Havel has always been a man of... I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he don't mind, do you,
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a...
Niech mnie ocenia.
I'll leave for Randalar. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Brother...
Excellent.
No.
Kolejna rozmowa, która zajęłaby wieki.
So, will it be?
Ciągle nie ma tego miecza.
Anything else?
Tamtego.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
No właśnie.
Said that's why. On the day brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young... Doubly hard in being a frost wolf. Torn away from his icons. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone? You find what it is you're looking... I reckon what he were looking for.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
To jest najlepszy pies.
Somewhere.
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Cat.
Aye, good thing and all.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't...
Where to, then, Torgal?
I tak nie mogę zebrać, mogę mieć tylko max 4 zadania. Więc wracamy tu. Tu nie ma nic.
All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little bit... Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... You've already given me one. Why don't we try the rookery? To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril.
His will.
In the crypt, beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity, and in the process of doing so...
I'm surprised anything.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter.
Very well.
Porozmawiaj z Vivian, jeszcze jest quest.
Sid,
By all means.
it's my old master. And something else.
How did she come back?
Finding bearers always, and it seems the cells of Balmung, and even better for her.
Leaving the bearers.
Sid, I'd like to, and while I'm well aware that I can't let those bearers.
Will be needed.
Does that mean?
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer than we have to.
Thank you. Chadwick. The thought of him held.
He must be very important.
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison. We should head there as quickly as.
As do I, Dor.
Sid, I was wondering.
It depends what
A bearer, but recently freed. As you know, the work we do is not easy.
I don't mind, but
Because our ranks are filled of scouting. And since you.
sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee.
One can never have.
Masakra, ile jest tych questów. A jakie długie są te rozmowy. Ja bym spokojnie tu spędził kolejne parę godzin. A mam tylko godzinę do streama z Bigosem.
I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
I tak w tym raczej odcinku tego nie skończę, nie? Ale już się zmniejszyła ich liczba.
Vivian, and I'd be happy to help you find.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it,
Please. It's only right that I return.
you are too. Alas, I spoke with Hyperx. But
If you say so.
forgive this book.
Dobra, nieważne. Hipokratis. Oj, Hipokratis teraz.
Ah, Clive.
Hippocrates. I've been charged with locating.
And you seek a rare, one whose name I had not thought.
Right as always. But she didn't.
And yet I... Clive, if I fear she asks the impossible.
The executor.
Coveters, a clandestine organization. One such text, a tale which could, or...
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secret they lurk in the shadows.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp.
By the hand of the executor.
But what drives them?
Fine question. Sadly, all that you may just as soon ask me of their origins.
And my hunt was doomed from what was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air. Rumors of the executors are rife, but rather less so across. Alas, but though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Dobra, idziemy na razie, zrobimy te zadania, które mi wiszą. Zaczniemy sobie od portu Izoldę. Jakoś tak nietypowo z tej strony zaczniemy.
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword.
Najlepszy pieseł ever.
You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting.
Lepszy Torgal na świecie.
Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Jeszcze dalej?
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going.
Teraz to jest wilk. Jak wyje.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
Nie wiem, na co jesteście gotowi, ale spoko. Dobra. Dalej. Do taboru najpierw mamy 2 questy w jednym miejscu. I tak się później okaże, że wszędzie się trzeba teleportować, także bez różnicy. A ty co masz nowego do zakupienia?
Take a look at my wares.
Nie. O właśnie, widzicie, nie ma tego.
Go safely.
Tu dwa questy są w tym samym miejscu. U Cyrilla.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter.
Yes. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive short
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans?
his plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the burning quill. The complete emancipation. But your father's dream did not end there. His grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins. Archduke Elwin.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written, nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most, those who would have stood with you.
It's a pity.
But one at least
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better, after all. The duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended.
And where is this one?
She awaits you in the...
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
O nie, ja chcę tu wrócić. Nie, Cyrillu.
Lord Marquis,
What is it, Cyril?
one of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait. He sent an owl some...
Was he surveying it?
No. The object of his study was an ancient religion that worshipped ultim. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hope...
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash?
Fully cognizant, I entrusted the mission to one of the most... Though he has been silent for some days now, I have yet... It seemed, for as you so earnestly advised...
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last Mickleburg was its... It lies in... If aught ill...
Right.
You are much. Go then, with my hopes.
Dobrze. Nieśmiertelna służba. 2, czy to 3 były już? Nie zdążyłem policzyć 2.
This new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then.
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
Dzień dobry, babciu.
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix. Your father, the Archduke Elwin, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, It has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented, alas. He had intended to claim the heart, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to... It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished art, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed. You are grown men now, and while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the... I know that nothing...
Thank you.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am much...
Do you know where we might find this?
I do. Though it may be a map, it is found in the bellies of elder griffins. We do at least know where to find one.
A certain...
You are most perceptive, your great. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield?
What say you, Joe?
What else?
Mamy zabić bestię.
Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But...
Tu jest jeden quest. Tu jest jakiś sklep. Jest kolejny sklep i tam jest quest. I tu jest quest. Quest. Nie wiadomo gdzie iść. Dobra, idziemy tu najpierw. I tak muszę się rozejść. Dajmy się zwieść drodze w tą stronę. 47. Czy ja z 50. kończę grę? Jakie są na to szanse, co? Nawet spore.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
On musiał odlecieć, no nie wiem czy go sięgnę. Sięgnąłem go. Może nie do końca tak jakbym chciał. To jest jego trąba powietrzna? Jego. Dobra, pokażę ci moją trąbkę. Dobra, leż. Jesteś strasznie... Dobra, użyjmy tego płota, bo zaraz padnę niechcący, będzie śmiesznie. Tornado. Mam okazję przekonać się jak to jest, jak wrzucam tam przeciwników. Opa. Pieczony ptaszek. Kamień serca. Tak jest. I hop, z powrotem do taboru. I do babci.
Thank the griffin
And the heartstone.
Yes. This rate. Thank you, your father.
Lady Goditha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me. The armbands are prey. Take. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. And the graven vines encircle.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. But this was more than it was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the stead.
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the... Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely... So, how were you able to keep...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father of the deep love he had for both of you. In the days before the disaster, I tried to warn your father. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Founder you...
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the griffin, thinking I might, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha, on behalf...
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to us.
Chwyt założyciela. Wyjdź z grobowca.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to find
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part, let him see that you have received.
I suppose it would be... What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is in... Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would prefer it.
Thank you, sir. Come on.
O wszystko zadbał.
He's waiting.
O wszystko ojciec zadbał. Dobra, najpierw tu. Lubor? Jeszcze żyjesz?
Here to help me pack. Thanks, but I'll be traveling light.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am. But before I go,
If it's within my power to help.
it's the children. I refuse to let them share in my... And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be...
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. A damn big... The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in East...
What?
Every last one of the bastards.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. We need to evacuate. There's no time to... Ferda, gather that the Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to... Well? What...
Yes, my lord.
Clive, the children stay with me for now. I need you to tell them to...
Understood.
I'll do what I can.
What's an Akash?
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a... What do you want?
To pass on an import. There's been an ether flood. The camp with the so-called League of Outlaws, they're no longer just bandits. You need to begin preparing for...
Oh, do we? And
Lubor, perhaps? You may believe his lie.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted if he had not been unmasked, a great honor for one he might well feel it.
Lord Underhill, forgive me. Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your people, if there is any chance that...
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Furder.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Furder.
Sid.
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they've convinced themselves that nothing A bloody fool. Which means the town guard can't be counted on, but I can. If there's anything I can do to help you, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid, fuck.
Victor? I thought you'd...
I couldn't abandon a friend, and Blue Boy is in need of this very...
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Just go, bearer! Yeah. Yeah.
Yes!
Go on, then. Just go. Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him!
Co za przygłupy w dzieci też rzucali.
He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained.
Very well.
Where do I fit into this? Where else but I would like you to travel to the home of our main host is most likely still there. And Dalamil will not be safe.
A little gardening.
I doubt it.
Luckily, so am I.
So you... All right then. Now it's...
Dobra, idziemy wyczyścić chwasty.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep...
A po co ja mam jechać? Ciap. Na przestrzeń i jesteśmy już przy. 500 metrów to jednak jest kawałek. Ale żeby dzieci były mądrzejsze od dorosłych. O Jezus.
What's waiting for us inside?
Can't leave a single one alive.
Farewell. To me, Blade!
Ej, nie zdążyłem. No i znowu nie trafiłem. Dobra, udało się, w końcu trafiłem. Dobrze, pokonani.
The League is I should get back to
Jakiś czas później, jak zawsze.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been done. Seems that might...
last of them. Lubo.
Clive!
It's done.
I knew you. Thank you, my friends. And we need not fear victory. We Lubo, after all you have done.
But we did. We only hope.
We need you. So, if you... We do. It is a stain on... I see. But I... Name them. Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to... If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed. Unity is the key to defending Dalamil. And I do not doubt that we shall need to... When that time comes, I will... Of course. And... You will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here, and any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any others. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they...
As we failed...
We agree to your condition, well then, it seems... How fickle. Not so long ago I had resigned myself, and now I find myself here.
Lubo.
Fear not. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up. I'll make sure there's...
I don't doubt that you, and not just the children.
Can't have all your hard work going...
Dzieci by go nie upuściły. Stanęły w jego obronie. Dobrze. Tu zrobione, tu zrobione, tu zrobione, tu jeszcze od pokladu trzeba iść tam. Pół godziny do streama. Chwilę, moment. Tą czy tą stronę? Się nie udało tego zakończyć, no. Nawet z pobocznymi sobie nie poradziłem. Ile mi jeszcze zostało tych pobocznych? Raz, dwa, trzy. Jeszcze więcej niż myślałem. Wystarczyło przesunąć na prawo i już wiem, że chciałem dzisiaj zakończyć tą grę, ale widzę, że no musiałbym za fabułę tylko szarpać. A ja nie chcę nic pominąć i nawet miecza zostawić. Ja chcę wymaksować tą grę. Nie mogę tak po prostu pójść na półtorej godziny fabuły i sobie zakończyć grę, na którą tyle czekałem. Nie chcę. Ale dobra, koniec marudzenia, jedziemy do tej misji. Ciekawe, ile mi to jeszcze zajmie. No podejrzewam, że znowu z godziny albo dwie. Czasowo się nie wyrobię po prostu.
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Allow me.
I don't need your please.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men.
Moja kolej. Tak. Spokój. Nikt nie będzie tu przeszkadzał. Dokładnie. Dłużej niż planowałem. Coś w tym stylu. Ja tak samo planowałem dużo szybciej Ultimę ubić. A tu nie dadzą.
No, my lord. Fuck. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached. It's a fucking. You're interfering, old butt, my lord. Or is Sid the out?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one. What do you stand to gain from?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been, I know I made them for the right reason. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to, but in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my... Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince...
Thank you, Field.
But they are not the...
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense. We will need an envoy. One...
I'm flattered. And I have other problems. What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that, sir? And would he have...
Of a different kind.
Beggars. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw and
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the field.
And I will see that my associate...
Very good.
Jeszcze do Portisl trzeba iść. Wszystko.
An envoy. I really convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin.
Quentin. No dobrze. To Quentin that is. Idziemy do Quentina, żeby go przekonać do prowadzenia negocjacji i innych rzeczy. Quentin jest tu, dobrze. Jeszcze raz muszę do Norwich oczywiście jechać. Ale te zadania się kręcą. Pomyślcie sobie, gdybym w ogóle nie robił tych zadań pobocznych, tylko główne. Ta gra by była nieskazitelna.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
A tak mogę powiedzieć, że no co, zawsze zadania poboczne w grach nie są domeną jakiejś, nie są doliną obfitości.
That'll do, girl. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking. Go on then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left. The people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do. If it's the vineyard, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know?
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family.
You know that.
Then what are you? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us. We could. Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire?
A stirring. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat.
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of curse-breakers to accompany.
That would be very... I hear the roads are far from...
Hopefully. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Jeszcze do wujka. Ale my w tym momencie, jak już jesteśmy tu, to jeszcze to pociągnę. No po prostu końca nie ma tym zadaniom, nie? To nie ma końca wszystko. Dobrze.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
You'll serve, please. Just Sid.
Oh, the sergeant says you'll be
to become a scout, yeah?
O nie, dobra, to już skipuję ekstremalnie szybko, nie będę słuchał o jakimś rekrucie.
You clearly have good
So,
not far from here is and bring it here.
and bring it here.
No. Sneak, you'll need to assess the situation all without being discovered.
Ember. Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything.
Know my limits. Right, I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep
on my way. All right, Ember.
Serio? Za nim podążać?
Impress me. Run like the wind.
Mam prawie 3000 życia, dopiero teraz zwróciłem uwagę. Magiczna cyfra.
These are clean kills. Perhaps Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
Podoba mi się to.
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Ale dobrze mi poszło, w ogóle nie miał szans. Dobrze, szpon wiwerny. Uciekł jak pieprz rośnie. No, skoro ja tu już jestem, to kop. Dwóch chyba nie będzie, nie. Nie mogę namierzyć tego dobrze. Dobra.
I didn't expect... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw. He was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak.
The right man for the... I believe this is the logbook you tasked me.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then as heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide...
Of course. Well, don't you leave my...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
Wróć do kryjówki, dobra. 43. Tu coś jeszcze jest, urwisko Jastrzębie, to pójdziemy. No, do kryjówki nie wracam jeszcze, bo to sensu nie ma, tam jest i tak masa questów. A my musimy na razie wszystko poza załatwić, żeby wrócić do kryjówki w sensowną ilością, nie?
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have...
It's just back there.
Wierzą w uratowanie świata, nie wierzą w przemówienie ludziom. To ma sens. Wolna wola, nie?
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Bardzo lubię takie coś, że Elwin tam stał za nim. Lubię takie rzeczy. Pamiętam jak w Asesynie, to było w Brotherhoodzie chyba, czy którymś z z tej dobrej trylogii. I też było tak, że Ezio widział ducha Altaira. W środku walki przerwał walkę, bo zobaczył tego ducha. Wszystko było oczywiście na trailerze zapowiadającym grę. Teraz mnie informujecie, że łączenie sił z Joshua? Teraz mnie informujecie? Trochę późno. Nieprawdaż? Trochę późno. Oj, tu są kolejne zadania. Ja nie wiem, czy ja się wyrobię. Możliwe, że będę musiał bardzo brzydko zakończyć tutaj odcinek. W środku misji. Nie mam czasu na was wszystkich. Tu lata świetne stracił. Jakbym walczył z wami. Okej. Kulki czy nie kulki, nie mamy czasu.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gate. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors. If Chadwick was being...
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. But risking a lot just be...
Dobra, Clive, nie ma czasu na gadanie. Trzeba ruszyć dalej, bo ja to... Rozumiem, że muszę iść tędy. Dobra, użyjmy tego skilla. Nawet jeżeli to są tylko dwie akasze.
So this place was, and I doubt they'll have taken the
Coś czuję, jak skończy się na środku z walką z jakimś bossem. No dobra, jak już widzę tą skrzynkę, to nie mogę jej pominąć. Byście mi napisali, zapomniałeś skrzynki w tej minucie. Dobra, spłońcie. Jeszcze jakiś jest?
minimal loss if we're lewd alive. Even the Imperials take.
Dobra, nieważne, co to był za X.
They were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Wyżej. Tam jest quest. Ten się zwiesił, sobie stoi i czekasz go. Dobra, skończmy to szybciej, nie mamy czasu na to. Ja nie mam.
No luck downstairs.
I know. I've been reading some of bearers die every day in service of pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits. And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't or couldn't.
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key. But it...
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I have. Finish up here, then come.
All right.
Klucz więzienia. Dobra, czyli do tamtych drzwi. Trzeba zejść na dół. Tu już góry nie sprawdzam. Nawet jeżeli są akasze. Nawet jeżeli tam jest coś może ciekawego. Idziemy tu. No na tym questie zakończę już ten odcinek. To jest więcej niż pewne. Nie ma czasu na więcej. Stream muszę z Bigosem tam zrobić. Dawać tego bossa. Myślałem, że tu boss będzie. Okej. Czyli jednak na sam koniec chyba. Trzeba tu wyjść. Bryłka bursztynu. Głos dziewczynki.
She sounds close. There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone?
Some of the guards.
Thank the...
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He fought the monster. He must have sent you. Where is he?
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick!
We have to get out of here.
Doris.
All right.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Dobra. Pokonamy to coś. Best Yakuza. Yakuza. Dobra. Nie mam czasu za dużo. Szybki start.
I can't let that happen.
Dobra, tak bardzo nie mam czasu, że aż używam lepszych potów. Pozwolę sobie dostawać obrażenia nawet. O, kamera się w końcu odpilczowała. Oj, nie ten klawisz. Może to cię zabije. Dobrze. Świetnie. Tylko jest równo 18. Czyli się nie wyrobiłem do streamu.
Sid, are you...
Co z dzieckiem?
Fine. What is it?
A diary. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her back to that.
No. I'll see that she's looked after.
O, do kryjówki nas przeniosło. Genialnie, to w tym momencie mogę zakończyć, jak już się dogadamy.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in day.
She is. Slowly but surely. I thank the flames we found.
I know. I'm sorry we...
There's no need to apologize. How he fought, that's the manner.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your part.
Of course. You already met my former master. We were supposed to be sold to the... For years, we were her dad, so we escaped. After so many...
But even in captive, and he died, not as...
Hyde Marie is proof, and the curse breakers will... I'll
No
fight.
dzięki niemu przeżyło dziecko. Chętnie bym posłuchał o tym wszystkim. Ale czas nagli. No i dobrze, moi drodzy. Dziękuję wam za oglądanie w tym odcinku. Do następnego. Do zobaczenia. Cześć.